to item number 8. Item number 8. Before I get to the tribute by Oriako Destiny, I'm going to call on some workers from Parkland who have a word or two to say about their fellow employee that just departed. If you work for Parkland and have anything to say about Sir Austine, welcome. You can come out now and say that. Anyone from Parkland Hospital, employees, has anything to say? Tribute. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call on Oriako Destiny to tell us a little bit about her sweetheart, the man she loved, the man that she's missing right now. Put your hands together for her, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Please, before you know that, I want to plead with those of you that gave your life to Christ. I have my personal assistant out here. Just beckon on him to give you my card. I want to follow up with you. Call me. I want to be praying with you. If you know you lifted up your hands and you gave your life to Christ, we have very few cards. It's not even up to 10. Pick one up. My telephone number is on it. Please reach out to me. I want to pray with you and for you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. All right. Put your hands together for Oriako Destiny. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. Hello. Thank you all for coming. My tribute to my husband. Thank you for coming today to show your love for my husband, Austine Egeonu. I don't have to explain how my husband was to everyone or anyone in this room. Everyone knows my husband was the best human on earth. It only took meeting my husband once to remember him forever. He is and will always be my best friend. And there will continually be a hole in my heart that will never heal. Even though they say times heal, I don't think time is going to heal this one. This is just going to be too much for time to heal. My husband was my soulmate, plain and simple. It took some people decades to find the person they were meant to be with. But it took others several trials to find them, and some never even do. I am one of those lucky few ones that found him on the first trial. All it took was one look, and I knew he was the man I was meant to spend the rest of my life with. Our time together may have been cut short, but the happiness we share together will last a lifetime. I will mark the transition of my husband, my best friend, my soulmate, my everything, but I will find comfort in the knowledge that he loves me to no end. My husband always said, God has a plan and purpose. We have to accept it and move on. That's what he always tells me. We don't know what God's plans and purpose are yet. Trust me, it's something special. And the best for us. In Isaiah chapter 66 verse 9, God says, He will not cause pain without allowing something new to be born. So I'm expecting something new to be born with this heavy, worst pain ever that can happen to anybody. I know I will miss my husband until the resurrection day that we will see again. And so will our children too. But we We never feel alone because my husband has left behind a love that cannot be broken. Until we are together again, baby, I am not complete. I'm merely here waiting my own turn. Oh God, as I always told him, that's his first name. I wanted you forever. I wanted you for life. Never thought there would come a time that our story will end. All the same, I thank you so much, my Lord, for everything. You have left me a piece of you in our boys. To the greatest husband of my wonderful friend, I love you always and forever. And to our son, CJ, I say a big thank you. You are a hero of our time. For all you did, for all you cared, for how you preserved Daddy's life until that day it happened. And Uche, you need to stop crying. It's not going to help us. Uche has been in the car crying. He refused to come down. Uche has been in the car outside here crying. He just can't face celebrating his daddy's death. It's sad. I don't even feel like standing here either, but I have to be here. So, I thank you all for coming, and I bless everybody for coming, and I pray God to take us back to our destination in Jesus' name.
Thank you very, very much, Olia, for Destiny Egeonu. Put your hands together for her, ladies and gentlemen. She loved her husband. I was a witness. I witnessed a lot of them. When they had parties, I was the MC, and I saw what happened. They had good time together. They had real good time together. What a relationship. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move forward. Now it's time for the backline employees. If you're here, please have a word or two to say. This is the right time to come out now, please. We're waiting for you to come out and handle the mic. Any pipeline employees coming out? Put your hands together for her, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. So I bring you greetings from Parkland Hospital and Correctional Health. So before we go, I'm going to call Mr. Godwin. Mr. Godwin. Mr. Godwin. Where is Mr. Godwin?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Pastor, for a great prayer. Thank you to the family of our brother. We are employees of Parkland Hospital. Mr. Dawson, I've known him for over 13 years as a colleague. When I started working at Parkland Hospital, that's when I first met him. And I was having problems trying to adjust and learn the things at work. He was the guy who came strong, guide me, teach me, make me feel very comfortable that this job is not as hard as I thought. Not only me, other colleagues who have problems trying to learn or adjust at work. Austine was the man. Any issue you have, even if you need advice, Augustine is the man. Any help that you can get from any colleague around us, Augustine is the man. And this story goes on and on and on. They're willing to help. One day, I will say about 3 or 4 weeks before this event happened, he was just sitting just by me. I told him, Augustine, he was looking at me. I said, Augustine, do you know that you have touched so many hearts? Do you know that you have touched so many hearts in this community? Augustine was just sitting by me, looking at me. I said, I wish there's anything I can do about this your health. That we need you to live longer because you have touched so many hearts at work, even outside work. When we have issues, we talk to you, you always come up with a very wonderful idea, ready to help. You're not the man who want to become. And he was looking at me. He said, well, he believed that God has sent him this world for a purpose, and he's here to deliver. So when we were discussing about this, little did I know that that time was coming. And when we got the news, it was a great disbelief. Everybody who knew him was in denial. Because I was with him the previous day. We already planned what we were going to do the next day when we come to work. And I'm coming to work the next day. And Augustine was not there. And what happened? The news was very, very devastating. It was very devastating indeed. Hard to believe that we wouldn't see him. This man we just spoke yesterday, he said when he come to work the next day, he was going to do his module, he was going to fill his insurance documents. That was the last moment I saw him after all this discussion. But I believe, for whatever happens, that's the reason. If I know any good man in my life, Augustine was one of them. I told my wife, I said, this man, my wife always asked, why are you always saying about this? I said, he's a friend. I met him at work. But now, he's more than a friend. He is more than a friend. A man who always ready to help. Offer some help in any way. Ideas, advice. Just call him. He's ready. It's hard to find a man like that. Because they say, a good man is hard to find. And I believe that. And Augustine was one of those good men. He did a good job. He lived a good life. Very friendly. Very entertaining. A peaceful man. All I'm asking on behalf of our colleagues, that God will grant his soul perfect peace and bless his family.
On behalf of the management, I'm going to call one of the managers, Ms. Egeonu. Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. My heart is a little bit heavy, but at the same time, we are happy that he has lived a good life. I remember when the incident happened, I happened to walk with my daughter that very day. A They walked to the garage. And the first person they called was her. The wife called my daughter to let the office know. So it's like, bring the phone, I'm not going to do that. So I took the phone, I spoke with her, and she confirmed it. So I don't have much to say that anywhere you are, live a good life. Anything can happen at any time, just like the bishop preached. We don't even know that most of us here, we pray that we'll be alive today, tomorrow to witness the body, but we are not guaranteed. Even when we met with the nurses, where Mr. Austine is working, everybody, they were just saying good things about it. And you can't believe weeping a lot of things. But one thing I know is that God understands. And God is watching over us. And God that has allowed me to have a time like this will give us the grace to be able to do this. And just like we have prayed for you, we are secured. We are part of the family. Anytime, just for the honors. And I just give God the glory because I have so many testimonies about me that every one of us will always more or less the same thing. But it's a good life. It is a good life. We live a good life. And my prayer is none of us will die in that life. And as we have come to celebrate with the family, God will grant us the grace to come and celebrate with the children, their marriages, their graduations, and everything. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everybody. Really, it's not exaggeration. Nobody's telling a fairy tale or trying to exaggerate in the testimony of Mr. Augustine. I have to call my daughter at school, and I told her what happened. She kept crying and crying. She said, "Mommy, are you for real?" I said, "Yes." So she sent me a picture. I said, is it Mr. Augustine you're talking? I said, that is the man. Because my daughter, she works on the same floor with him, but she works night. And every time she sees her, he keep encouraging her. She said, keep pushing on. I don't want to see you here for long. Make sure you go back to school. You know, a young girl he saw and he took it on himself without me even telling him, and became a father to her, and was encouraging her to push forward. He's a man, like everybody is telling all through this night, that if you encounter him, even if you're sad, you will leave smiling. He turns everything to a joke. He turns everything to laughter. And the bishop that preached tonight, what matters is, what is your story when you leave? It's not now that you are alive, people can praise you. But the next thing is, if you leave, what is going to be your story? People going to celebrate that you left, or are they going to weep that you left? You know, we want to thank God for everyone that has come. We are from Parkland Correctional Health. We want to give God praise. We just want to thank everyone. I want to tell the family, like Ms. Dunia already said, we're family. Injury to one is injury to all. And celebration to one is celebration to all. We don't stand with one another only when it's time for celebration. But when there is time for us to cry, we gather together. We just want to let you know you're not alone. You have people. Akre have been talking to you, so he's going to be talking to you too. So anywhere you need us, we're going to be there, even with the children. Well, thank God we have people that are counselors if you want them to talk to them. So thank you. So I'm waiting a little bit, just give me a little second. Before, thank you. Just give me a little bit of the few minutes.
thank everyone for coming in. I just want to say briefly about Austine. I met Austine while in jail. And the brief period I met Austine was very nice guy. He always moved with the ladies, you know. He's always joking, making jokes, and very sophisticated in his job. I think he's done very seriously. You know, thank God for the good life. You know, we're able to share with him, and we hope he's in a better place. We also want to pray for his peace. Why? God continue to do his good. We support you. We will visit all here. And God will continue to hold you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. So, Mr. Malcolm.
Good evening, everybody. How are you? I don't know what to say. If you look around, that will tell you the story of Mr. Augustine, Egeonu. These are all the staff who work tonight. The rest are working tonight. Even our patients, if they had their way, if they were given the opportunity, they would have been here. That just goes to tell you who Mr. Augustine is. Every one of us had a unique and special name that he gave to us. I am always Madam the Madam, and I'll tell you it's a matter of cash. You will be walking in and you will hear the song going on and on and on. It is Mr. Augustine. You are in a bind. Oh, you haven't finished, Tatiana, you haven't finished your job. I'll help you. That is Mr. Augustine. So it's a big loss. It's a big loss to you and the children, and to us as well. But take solace in the fact that you loved Mr. Augustine and he loved you back. Anybody who knew Mr. Augustine knew about you. Anybody who says they don't know you and they know Mr. Augustine, that's not correct. Because the minute we meet Mr. Augustine, we talk about destiny is right. And we all know, everybody, he has the snacks that we all will eat. He has the food that we all will eat. And we share, and we make fun. He was a very big advocate for everybody. If he feels that somebody is being maltreated, he is the first to stand up. He was our spokesman. Yes. He was our spokesman. If you have any issue with management, very well. Mr. Augustine is the one that is our spokesperson. He will talk and talk and talk and say, okay, Mr. Augustine, we heard you. We're going to look into it. And he will follow up. You told me you're going to look into it. We haven't heard from you. What is going on? So, it is a big loss to everybody who knew him. And we pray that our good Lord, who he served, will receive his soul in his kingdom. Every one of you take solace. We love you, Dad. We love you, Dad. And we'll keep loving him as you will keep loving him. May his soul rest in peace. Amen.
Okay. On behalf of Correctional Health, Parkland, just a token of $10,000.
Thank you very, very much. These are Austine co-workers testifying, telling us he was a good man. He was a good man. And they all come in numbers. Thank you all for coming out. You still have some time to come out and dance and have a farewell dance to him, because he was part of you. Thank you. Put your hand together for them, ladies and gentlemen. What a wonderful show. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, refreshment is going around, and we have a table here. All the change you need, you can get them here. And also you can see the table over here. Austine was blessed with a number of kids, most of them still in school. I wish he had stayed a little bit to see and reap up his hard work. I encourage you to dip your hands in your pocket tonight to support the family. These kids are still in school, they're still getting up to speed. They will continue their education and their careers. So we are here to support the family tonight and to make sure that Austine receives a befitting burial tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, think about it. 5 children, 5 blessed children. In every marriage, when you have children, it's a blessing from God. Children are a blessing to every marriage.
When I call.
Okay. Thank you, DJ. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start right now. I'm going to go to item number 1 and 2. These two groups will come out together. Dance with Friends and OLLGGS, and dance with Parkland and all co-workers in the house. This group, 2 groups coming out right now. I want the family to come on the floor. The family to come out, come down on the floor. Right now, as the group come out, the families will come out too. Ladies and gentlemen, DJ, do you have their number? You got their number? Okay. DJ says he's ready. Are the group ready? Where are the group? I don't see them. They're here. Okay. They're getting ready to come. DJ, wait a minute. Yes. Now to go with us in the house and friends, all of you. Before I do that, please get it money from off the floor. I need some help here. Get some dollars off the floor. We will soon call in the next group. Thank you. Okay, go ahead.
Hello everyone. On behalf of Our Lady of Love, we have a present for you and the children.
Presentation handed over to the wife, Egeonu, Destiny, Egeonu. Thank you very much. Thank you. Put your hands together for them, ladies and gentlemen. What a wonderful group. Thank you. They spread some dollars on the floor and they gave a token to her too. Thank you very much. I'm going to say welcome to the account president. If he's here, oh, sir. Dance with ACF and all Christians in the house. If you're a member of ACF and if you are a Christian, you should come out.
Hallelujah, oh, hallelujah. You are the mighty God, unchangeable changer. Hallelujah, oh, hallelujah. You are the mighty God, and yes, you are one, Lord. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Lord, I worship you, mighty God, oh, Lord, and yes, you are holy. Hallelujah, hallelujah. You are the mighty God, and King of Kings. is something that makes me come into your presence, my helper. There is something that makes me come into your presence, my helper. Oh, there is something that makes me come into your presence, my helper. Jehovah, there is something that makes me come into your presence, my helper. Father, there is something that makes me come into your presence, my helper. Oh, where you are, Inji where you oh, where you are, Inji where you oh, where you are, Inji where
some presentation to make. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to hand the mic over to the leader of this group. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. God bless you, sir. Praise the Lord. This is the African Christian Fellowship, Dallas chapter. This is a fellowship that has been existing in this United States for the past 40 years and more, where we meet together interdenominationally and we worship the Lord, we share our experiences, we teach ourselves the things that matter in life, and righteousness is the basis of our relationship. And Austine was our neighbor, and I thank God for his life. He was such a cheerful man. He was always making joke every time. Even in fellowship, the questions he asked, we create some laughter. But I thank God for his life. Pleasing the Lord to take him at this point. And there's nothing we can do that to say, God, let your will be done. In the same way we are saying that the Lord will protect the family. It hurts me to come and talk about us in here. But the point is that God has done what only God can do. And what do we do that to submit to his will? So tonight I say we have a little offer for the family, and that's a little contribution from the group. So the group is here to this family. They're giving them $2,300. $350. And I said, the Lord bless the family in Jesus' name. On a personal ground, I have known Austine, and he normally calls me www.oga at the top. Incidentally, nobody will be calling me that name from now on. The Lord will console us in Jesus' name. The Lord bless us all in His name. Amen.
Thank you very, very much. Ladies and gentlemen, 2,300. Put your hands together for them, ladies and gentlemen. It's not the number. The number doesn't matter here. It's how dedicated that community is. Thank you very much for your support for the family. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just walking in, the register is open to support this family. Sir Austine Egeonu has 5 children. All of them still coming up. The family appreciates any kind of help they can get from any of us tonight. Please, come over here and support this family. Also, if you need some change, we have some change over there. How to make a change right now? Sir Austine Egeonu, a wonderful father, a good friend, a good husband, a man of peace, a cheerful man, a man who shows no remorse, a man who always shows love. So tonight, we are here to show the love back to him. Therefore, whatever you're going to do tonight, do it from your heart. Let's support the family for a befitting burial, and also for the family still in different colleges and universities. Thank you very much. DJ, we're going to move forward, going to the next group, and that group is number 4. Dance with Asian people and all in-laws in the house. If you're married in Asian, if you're an in-law, if you have aspiration to get married over there, if you have any lady, any man you're looking at, just come out and make a catch tonight. So, DJ, I'm sure you have your number ready, and this is time for them to come out. Asian people and in-laws and well-wishers, please come out on the floor and show your love to Sir Austine Egeonu. Thank you. Go ahead. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, DJ. Thank you, Ishan people, Ishan group. Thank you very, very much. Wow, that was nice. This is where destiny comes from. Asian people, Asian and Asian. We thank you very, very much. Asian people, please, ladies and gentlemen, we are moving forward. We will be having a can ready to come out. Before then, let's clear the floor. If you're just coming in, the register is still open. Please show your love for the family. So Austine Egeonu has 5 children, and they're all still trying to make it to their destinies. Any amount or anything we can give to support the family will go a long way. Also remember that the burial is tomorrow. We expect you to come out and support the family. If you need some change, the change is over here. Like I said, and that envelope will go a long way. So if you're not a member of ACAN, through your village organization, you can also call on them individually. So in any rate, find a way to belong to this association. Ladies and gentlemen, ACAN president is here, supporters are here, members of ACAN are here. They'll be coming out in few minutes. DJ, the question is, do you have their number? Okay. I want to make sure that ACAN people are ready. Members are ready to come. Look at this with table. This is one of the biggest Hennessy in the town. That's what ACAN. You see? This is a good one. So, whatever ACAN is, that's where the money is. So, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and welcome Igbo Community Association of Nigeria. DJ, give me their number. Hold on, not go fast. Ladies and gentlemen, the group need to be introduced to be called out by one of their own. So I'm going to hand this microphone to Sir Ben Obama, the current president of ACAN Palace. Ladies and gentlemen, okay. Okay, now they're going to dance and come out. The dancing coming out now. DJ, give them the number. Igbo Community Association of Nigeria. The president and the group are coming out right now. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to win this button. Yes, they're coming out. Yes. here. Everybody who is man or woman, I want you out here to come and say farewell to our dead brother. Augustine, Egeonu, come out here. I want all of you out here. Whether you're a member of my church, through your affiliate, come out here and support the family, please. Our in-laws, you can also come out and support the family.
Olha, I want to thank everybody who is here tonight to pay their final respect to our brother, Sir Austine Egeonu. things happen. We do not know why. The only person who knows why is our Maker, God. Austine, Egeonu, we did not expect this, but we cannot question God. So, Igbo Community Association of Nigeria, we're here tonight to say no. The family Egeonu na Victoria Academy Association, ndị Igbo na-asụ ụlọ ndo. That's why we're here. But before I continue, let me first of all introduce or recognize the people who helped me to run ICANN. Ndị mụ na ha na-eso gara ndị Igbo. My executives are not here tonight. Most of them are not here, only few because of the holiday. But some of them who are here, please come out here, let's see you. The board members of ICANN who are here, to please come in front here so we can recognize you. There are some presidents, former presidents of ICANN. If you are anywhere here, please come out so we can recognize you too. There are some affiliate presidents who are here also. We have some members of the committee, membership committee who are here. I've seen some. And we have some members of ethics committee who are here. Let me start from here. Assistant Secretary Chief Basil Ubulebo, who is here. Also, the parliamentarian Obijiofo Festus. He is our provost. We have here also the board members. Chief Frank Eleke is here. Val is also a board member, Val Mache. Committee member here is Sisi Okibo is here. We have the ethics committee chairman is here. Dr. Dolph, I saw him here somewhere. Oh, behind me here. Okay. We have also our beautiful women of ICANN. You can see, identify them by yellow scarf. And the first lady is here also. Mrs. Teresa. Is here. I also have one of my executives who is stepping us here. Lady Victoria Egeonu is here. She's helping us. So we are here, board member also, Sir Raymond Ibe. Is there any other board member here or somebody have not recognized? But these are the people who helped me to run ICANN. People, like I said before, we did not expect this, but we cannot question God. So tonight, we ask Almighty God to accept our brother, accept his soul, and may his soul rest in peace in Jesus' name. We are going to bypass all protocol because most of my executives are not here, they are on holiday. So I am going to give the check to the financial secretary, assistant financial secretary. This is the check. I want you to show this check to the board members. Let them certify this check and say how much it is, and we present it to the president of Mbitoli right here. Where are you? Okay, we need to see. Okay. Yeah, here. Okay. So go ahead and show the check to the government.
The check is in the amount of $15,000. Madam to Destiny Egeonu.
Confirm that something. Yes, it's $15,000 certified.
Present the check to the president of Mbitoli Kedu to give it to the family.
Ibo kwenu? Cha 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 cha, Ibo kwenu? Ibo kwenu? Kwetu wenu? Augustine's first son, where are you? This check, how much does it say? $15,000. $15,000. This check is presented to the family of the Egeonu from Igbo. Your father is a true Igbo man. You all are true Igbo men and women. And you can see tonight that a lot of these people you see here, you don't even know who they are. But these are men and women who identify as Igbo. So the check of $15,000 is made to you. And please, for everybody in the house tonight, if you are not a member of ICANN, please do yourself a favor. Do your family a favor. Enroll yourself in your parochial and join and become a member of ICANN. Membership has its privileges. And as you can see tonight, $15,000 will go a long way to helping this family accomplish some of the goals and challenges that they are going to face. And because you are true Igbo men and women, and Igbo sons and daughters, whenever you need Igbo people in this community, please call upon anybody from Mbitoli Kedu or ICANN. This is our president, he's a member of ICANN and also a member of Mbitoli Kedu. All these people in here you see are your uncles. That's the beauty of being an Igbo man. Everybody is your uncle. Your father may be gone, but he left a legacy so big and so great that all the testimonies tonight testify to the fact that your father is a good man. And we expect you to live as per the legacy of your father. Please, give it up for ICANN. Please, give it up for ICANN.
Thank you. I forgot to mention that as a part of the package that we give, part of the benefit that we give, or assistance that we give, this hall is free of charge tonight to the members. So I want you all to know that. Igbo mama, I can't do the mama.
Please, for those of you who do not know, this whole entire building belongs to the Igbo Community Association in Dallas, Texas. There are lots of halls here available for you to rent for your weddings, hopefully not waykeeping, but waykeepings, graduation parties and whatever it is. Just come out here and ICANN will be willing and ready to give you this hall. We have 3 or 4 of them lined up and you get it at a discount, please.
Thank you for that advertisement.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hand together for Igbo Association, Igbo Community Association of Nigeria. Put the hand together. $10,000 is not easy. 15,000. Oh my goodness! I thought I had 10,000. So that went up. Hey, if you don't remember, please be a member now. 15,000 from 10 to 15. So you're going up. You do very well. You do very well. I like that. I will be a member tomorrow. I'll be in our account meeting tomorrow. I will not miss it. Tomorrow I'll be there. All right. Thank you very much. Put the hand together like that. Put the hand. Yes. Let's give them applause. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Chief, Sir, Pete, Aka, Obama, the organizer, the protocol leader, the chief of protocol, all in all, that's on him. Look at him. Put your hand together, ladies and gentlemen, for him. He was the one that made this together today. He put it together, and it was very, very fantastic. All right, it's time for you to come out. DJ, do you have their number? All right. The floor is being open, and DJ, give me that number, please. Led by the Honorable President, Chief. Thank you. Put your hands together for Egeonu. Now, the president of this young association, none other than Chief Peter Aka. Put your hands together for him, ladies and gentlemen. Chief Aka.
Mr. MC, this association is not young.
We are young at heart.
And it's Bitoli Kedru. So since you mentioned Bitoli without the Kedru, we are going to find you. We are going to get a goat from you. A goat with white spotted eyes. Cha-cha-cha, Bitoli Kedru, kwenu. Cha-cha-cha, Bitoli Kedru, kwenu. Kwenu, kwenu. Umwe, gwari ya onene dago. Here we come again. Son and daughter of Sir Augustine Egeonu. Your father is a full-fledged member of Bitoli Kedru. As a matter of fact, the reason I'm a member of Bitoli Kedru today is because your father called me and asked me to come and join Bitoli Kedru back in the year 1999 or something like that. And for most of you who don't know, I met Augustine back in secondary school, 1975, Holy Ghost College, Owerri. We both started school together, starting from class 1A to class 5A. We both graduated from high school in 1980, and I left Nigeria in 1982 to come to the United States. I completely lost contact with Augustine Egeonu after graduation from high school, because back then we didn't have cell phones. Most of our parents didn't even know what telephones are all about. But somehow, some way, Augustine Egeonu won a visa lottery to come to the United States back in 1997, I believe. And by the grace of God, he found somebody in Nigeria who gave him my number. He called me from Nigeria and told me that he won a visa lottery to come to the United States. And he asked me where I was in the United States or where I'm staying, and I told him I'm staying in Dallas. However, Augustine Egeonu arrived in the United States via California, where he spent a few months or a few years. And then, because of our friendship, Augustine Egeonu ended up in Dallas, Texas. The fact is that I have read a lot of books in my life. I've read all kinds of books about everything you can imagine. But one book I have never found to read yet is that book that tells you how to lose a good friend. Everybody in here from Bitoli Kedru know exactly who Augustine Egeonu is. I knew him from high school. Augustine doesn't argue, and Augustine doesn't fight. I used to make fun of him. Some of you must have remembered that I made fun of Augustine a lot of times, because I would tell people, I said, when we were in high school, whenever you come to argue with Augustine about anything, you can say whatever you want to say. By the time Augustine opens his mouth to respond to you, tears will start dropping out of his eyes. And the reason that happens is because the man doesn't believe in arguing, he doesn't believe in fighting. If you wanted to fight somebody in high school, you pick on Augustine Egeonu because you know he's not going to fight. He's just going to laugh at you or shed tears, feeling sorry for you for making a fool of yourself, trying to fight a peaceful man. By the grace of God, Augustine met destiny. I wasn't there when they met. But all I can tell everyone in the house tonight is that in my entire life,
I've dated women. A lot of them dumped me along the way. And I dumped a few of them along the way. But one thing I can honestly tell you is that the love that exists between Austine Egeonu and Destiny Egeonu is a love that I personally will write a book about. Most of you see them in parties, you see them enjoying themselves, you see them dancing. One thing I can also tell you that every time you see Austine dressed well and looking good, the grace and the glory goes to Destiny over there. Destiny sews every clothes, every traditional clothes that you see Austine wearing and looking good in the public, thanks to that woman over there. When I finally got to know them, like every other relationship, they went through their trials and tribulations. They had their fights. And I have to tell you that every time they start having their fights, Destiny will call me and say, your friend is making trouble with me. And I will dash straight over to Austine Egeonu's house. As a matter of fact, I used to love it when they fight, because every time they fight and I go there, I get to eat and drink. So when they go for several months without fighting, I'll call Austine and say, when is the next fight going to be? And if he doesn't respond, I'll call them and say, why is it going so well? Why haven't you done any fight? And then they will have a little fight, and I'll go there and eat and drink. So it is hard. Austine Egeonu's phone number is in my phone. I call it very often to talk about everything and anything. Sometimes he'll be at work and I'll call him and we'll talk for 2 hours. Sometimes when he gets off work, he'll call me and we'll just be talking. Talking about anything and everything. And like the people that came in here tonight and testified about Austine will advise you like your big brother. He will advise you like your young brother. He will advise you like your husband, like your wife. And he does that for everybody, men and women, all alike. If there's one thing I know in my heart, I know that the way a man lives, if the way a man lives determines whether that person is going to heaven or hell, Austine is in heaven tonight. And by the special grace of God, when this thing that we call death hits every single one of us, have you realized that when you hear the message that somebody passed away, the first thing you will go is like, oh no, why, how? But within 20-15 minutes, something will make you laugh. Whatever it is will make you laugh. And that is when God is telling you that as much as you have lost somebody, God is always in control. Look at Austine's product tonight. Made by Austine. 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 When we were in high school, the first class 1, 2, and 3, Austine was a member of the Scripture Union. A lot of us used to wonder if Austine will ever date a woman in his life. But by the special grace of God, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not a mistake. Made by Austine, made by Austine, made by Austine, made by Austine, and made by Austine. Made in Igbo land. Made in Ishan. Made in USA. You are made in USA. Who else is made in USA? These two are made in USA. So, Egeonu, Austine has left us physically. But we know that metaphorically, spiritually, Austine is still with us. The Reverend prayed tonight, and he prayed for his family. And please, my Mitolikedu family, let us continue to pray for this family because they need our prayer now more than ever. Having said this, I want one of the elders of Mitolikedu to please take the microphone and say something before I pass along the check.
I wish this microphone wasn't given to me on this kind of occasion. Augustine, as we all know, is someone that always has a smile on his face. Always. Even when a discussion is intense, he's smiling. I call him Nabochi. In Igbo language, in English, it means my grandfather, because he's from my maternal home. Whenever I saw him, he would kind of, bow down for me to touch his back as a sign of respect. I cherish his humility so much so that each time I saw him, I shook out my hand first, so he doesn't do that. I'm like, Austine, we shouldn't be doing this. And he says, no, this is the tradition. This is what needs to be done. That's how humble Austine was. A very peaceful guy, and someone that, like the previous speaker, the president said, loves and cherishes his family. I remember this little one here, when he was a little younger, he cried a lot. He would not let nobody touch him. Nobody came close to him, except Augustine. I know how many times I tried to hold him for a few seconds. No way. And Augustine would pick him up and hold him. Even in the meetings, he would hold him. And whenever he started getting a little cranky, Augustine would step out just to calm him down. I so much admired that. Even sometimes when his wife was around, it was like Austine's job to pick this little one up, to keep him calm. And he would cling to his dad like a magnet. I remember on one of the occasions when I saw a video of, I believe it was his 50th birthday that they had, and the videos were so fantabulous. And I asked him, I'm like, man, you're really having fun. He goes, oh yes. My wife and I, we like to enjoy ourselves and any little opportunity we get. And that was very, very, very impressive. From that one video occasion, I asked him to look at the videos, and he told me, he said, this guy, if you have any situation, birthday, whatever, ask him. And it was the same camera guy that was responsible for the videography at my son's wedding. That's Austine's influence. Whenever he said something to you, you know it came from his heart. Like it was said earlier, he didn't argue much. And even when he tried arguing, you didn't know if it was serious or not, because the smile on his face was what really made the impact. Today we're here to support Augustine's family and to bid him a final farewell. We know that all things come from God, and in all things we give him glory. God knows best, and I sincerely believe that Austine is in a much better place than where we all are today. I will enjoin everybody here to keep this young family in prayers. When it's all said and done, it's Destiny and the kids back in their house, in their home. Let's not isolate them spiritually or socially. Let's keep them in our presence and in our prayers. And I pray that the Almighty God, in his infinite wisdom, will give this family the fortitude
to carry on. And will give them the grace to grow in love, peace, and prosperity. May God be with the family and each and every one of us. Thank you for your presence. Thank you, my big brother. So now I'll make the presentation. And I want you kids to listen to me carefully. I have something in common with you. You are Igbo and Ishan. I am Igbo and Yoruba. Okay? I tell people I'm 60% Igbo and 40% Yoruba. You can pick whatever percentage you want, but that's what I picked. So, whatever happens, when you need the Igbo community, please don't hesitate. And when you need the Ishan community, please don't hesitate. Having said that, there's a check here. How much is this check for? $5,000. There's a check here for $5,000. In addition to the $15,000 that came from my camp. So, the Igbo community in the Metroplex is giving $20,000 total to the Egeonu family, in addition to whatever you see on the floor that we're going to have tonight. And remember, whenever you need us, we're here for you. Okay? Thank you. And thank you, my Egeonu.